Hey y'all, my name is Patrice Graham, and my pronouns are she and her. I own Colors of Yoga Raleigh, and today I'm so excited to share a beginner friendly practice with you. I fully believe that this yoga practice can help us to better connect with our bodies, our minds, and spirits. So today we'll do some breathing and moving and get into our body. To begin, you might want to have a blanket. You can also use a towel, something that you can roll up and use throughout your practice, and a block-like object. So if you don't have a block, you can also use books, even canned goods work. It's a way for us to be able to get our hands down to the mat if we can't get our hand all the way flat to the mat to support us. So to begin, we'll start in a seated position. I'm in easy pose, and it's not always easy for everyone to cross their ankles and sit in this way. So if that's you and it feels better to extend your legs long, feel free. Throughout the practice, I'll try to offer some modifications so that you can make this practice fit your body instead of trying to make your body fit into the practice. So take a moment and find a comfortable seated position. As you arrive, begin to close your eyes or lower your gaze if that feels okay for you today. And as you do this, reach the top of your head up towards the ceiling and release your shoulders down away from your ears. And pause. Begin to check in with yourself. How do you feel today in this moment? Is there anywhere where you're holding tension in your body? Maybe in your jaw, maybe in your shoulders. Maybe you're holding your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Can you release any tension that you're holding physically? And begin to check in with your thoughts. Are you holding any tension, worrying about what you have to do in the future or what's been done in the past? Can you bring your thoughts to this present moment, to your current experience? And now I invite you to begin to deepen your breath. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, filling yourself up with air all the way down to your belly. And exhale through your nose, release, let it go. Nice, y'all. 2 more times. Inhale through your nose, breathing all the way down to your belly. And exhale, release. Last time, inhale through your nose. And exhale. This time I invite you to breathe in through your nose. And open your mouth and exhale, sigh it out. Doesn't that feel nice? 2 more times. In through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Last time, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And then pause with eyes still closed or gaze still lowered. And notice how you feel now. Research has shown that it takes as few as 3 deep breaths to help us to relax our parasympathetic nervous system, to come towards rest and digest that we so often need, especially during hard times. And perhaps in this moment you can think of 3 things you're grateful for today, whether those things are small or big. Maybe one of your things you're grateful for is your body that helps to support you in your day-to-day activities. All right. As you're ready, we'll begin our movement. We are going to do a lot of linking our breath with movement. So to begin, as you inhale through your nose, lift your chin up towards the ceiling. And exhale through your nose, bring your chin towards your chest. 2 more times, inhaling to lift, following your breath. Exhale to lower. Last time. This time when your chin comes towards your chest, pause there. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. The inhale brings your chin back towards your chest. And exhale your right ear towards your right shoulder. And inhale back to center. Doing this 2 more times each side, going at your own pace, following the pace of your breath. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to the side. And when your right ear comes toward your right shoulder, maybe this time you start to roll your head all the way around, adding in some neck rolls. We can get a lot of tension in our neck from looking down at our phones and our computers. So this can feel really nice. And as you're ready, start to go in the other direction. Notice places where there's tension. Notice any creaks and pops. And then inhale back up to center. And exhale, release your shoulders away from your ears. On your next inhale, take your arms out to the side. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Maybe your gaze follows your hands. And exhale your palms together and down in front of your heart. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Again, follow your breath. Maybe mine is too slow or too fast for you. That's okay. Make it your own. Inhale, reach up through your arms. And exhale, release your right hand down towards the mat. Inhale, lift up, lengthen through your left hand and start to fold towards your right. Feeling the stretch along the left side of your body. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, release your left hand down, right arm reaches up and start to fold over. Reaching through your fingers while still rooting down through your sit bone. And then inhale, come back up. Now we'll flow. So exhale, right hand down, left arm comes. Inhale back up and exhale to the other side. 2 more times each side. Again, follow your breath. Add in some neck rolls if that feels good. Make this your own. Yoga can get really serious and we can get really stiff trying to get it right. How can you soften with yourself and with your body? Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back up to center and exhale your hands down to your lap. On your next inhale, bring your chest forward, chin up. And exhale, round your spine, bring your chin towards your chest. Twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Again, adding in whatever you need. And slowly make your way back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up once again. And exhale your right hand towards your left knee. Left hand comes behind. Inhale to lift the top of your head. And exhale to twist over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, we'll twist the other way. Starting with intention. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Twice more at each side. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. Maybe using your gaze to help pull you further into the twist. Taking your gaze further behind. Once more, y'all. inhale, come back up. Exhale your palms down towards the floor. And maybe once you arrive, you can bring your chin towards your chest. Maybe it feels nice to rock your head gently from side to side. Maybe you want to bring your hands closer towards the front. And then pause for 2 to 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, start to lift up. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling, chest forward, start to look up, and maybe even back slightly. And then inhale, make your way back up to center. Exhale your hands down towards your lap. Take a moment to check in with yourself. How do you feel after a little bit of movement, after a little bit of mindful breathing? And when you're ready, we'll come over onto hands and knees. You can use that blanket or towel as cushion for your knees. And bring your knees below your hips and wrists below your shoulders. And start by reaching the top of your head forward while sending your butt and hips back. Notice how this feels in your body. And then we'll begin with some hip circles. So take your hips towards one side, and then back towards your heels, and then to the other side, and then up towards your wrist. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like, making circles as large or as small as you'd like. Again, feel free to add in your own thing. Maybe your neck wants to move. Worrying less about how it looks and more about how it feels. And when you're ready, we'll go for the remix and come the other way. This can feel really good after sitting a lot, getting some hip movement going. And slowly make your way back to table. And we'll begin to set up for table balance. On an inhale, extend your right toes back towards the back of your mat. And then on an exhale, press back through your heel. Inhale, coming up onto your toes. Exhale, press back through your heel. Once more, inhale up onto your toes. And exhale, press back. Inhale up onto your toes and then lift your right leg. Option to stay here, or if you'd like, you can lift your left arm. Finding balance. Supporting yourself through your right hand and left knee. One more deep breath. And then bring your left hand down, right knee down. You did it. How you feel? Celebrate. And when you're ready, left toes come back. And exhale, press back through your heel. Inhale, come up onto your toes. And exhale, press back. Once more, inhale up onto your toes. And exhale, press back. Inhale up onto your toes and lift your left leg about hip height. Find your steadiness, and as you're ready, and not a moment before, begin to lift your right arm if you'd like. Right hand can stay down. You're still working. One more deep breath. And exhale your right hand down. Left knee down. How you feel? All right, let's add on. We'll send your right leg back hip height to begin. And then keep your left hand down or bring it forward. This time, inhale, reach through your fingers. And exhale, bend your left knee towards your right elbow. Wrong way. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards your elbow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, extend. And this time take your left hand to the left, right leg to the right. I cannot get this right, y'all. Inhale back. Exhale to open. Left and right is hard. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down. And pause. Notice how you feel before we move on. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Right hand forward if you'd like. Stay here or add the curls. Inhale to extend. Right elbow towards your left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow towards your knee. Last time, inhale to extend. Exhale to curl. Inhale, extend out, and take your left leg towards the left, right arm towards the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to open. Inhale back. Exhale. And inhale back. And exhale, right hand down, left knee down. How you feel? We'll set up for child's pose, which is a resting pose that you can come to at any point during the practice when you need to catch your breath or you just want to break. For child's pose, bring your big toes towards each other. Your knees can be together or come out to the width of the mat or some other variation. And begin to bring your hips toward your heels. No worries if they don't come all the way down. And maybe extend your arms overhead and allow your head to come down towards the mat. And pause here and take a few deep breaths. One more breath. And then as you're ready, inhale, press into your palms to press your way back up. Make your way back to table, so knees back underneath your hips, wrists below your shoulders. And we'll take a little time to care for our wrists. Turning your fingers towards the side of your mat. And maybe that's enough of a stretch for you. If you'd like more, maybe you begin to make circles with your upper body. And then switching the direction. And for an even deeper stretch, you can turn your fingers towards your knees. And again, this can be all you need right here. But if you want more of a stretch, you can rock forwards and backwards. And then as you're ready, turn your fingers back towards the front. We're setting up for downward dog. Now, downward dog is one of the most known yoga shapes. And it's supposed to be a resting pose, but for me personally, it didn't feel that way for a while. So I'll try to set you up so it can feel more restful for you. You want to spread your fingers really wide and take your fingerprints down to the mat, then your knuckles, and then your palms. So you're using all parts of your hand. And then curl your toes under, lift your hips, and make your way towards downward dog. So maybe your heels come towards the mat. Maybe you can look up to your belly button in between your knees or in between your ankles. See if you can release any tension you might be holding in your neck and shoulders. And most importantly, find your breath. Taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come up high onto your toes, look forward, shift your weight forward, coming to plank. It's like the top of a push-up. You'll press back through your heels, shoulders are over your wrist. Drop your knees at any point if you need a break. And as you're ready, begin to inhale and lift back up into downward dog. This time, inhale, come up onto your toes, look forward, and then start to walk your way towards the top of your mat. You'll arrive in a forward fold. You can bend your knees deeply or a little bit. You can have your hands down towards the mat or maybe reach for opposite elbows. Maybe bring your chin towards your chest and tip weight towards your toes as you take 3 deep breaths. One more. And then on your next exhale, bring your hands down. And we're going to come up into a half lift. So inhale, begin to straighten your legs a little bit and maybe bring your hands to your shin. Shoulders come back away from your ears, reaching the top of your head forward. Still tipping weight toward your toes while sending your butt and hips back. A lot going on. 2 more breaths. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back to the forward fold. Again, you can bend your knees. And then as you're ready, inhale, rise, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, your hands together in front of your heart. And we'll come towards a standing pose, mountain pose. You'll bring your palms forward, shoulders back. Reach the top of your head up towards the ceiling. And we'll begin by rocking weight towards your toes and then back towards your heels. See if you can find your center. See if you can naturally rock your way to center. And once you find it, again, roll your shoulders back. Reach down through your fingers while also reaching out through the top of your head and rooting down through your feet. We'll take 2 more breaths in this mountain pose. 1 more. All right. We'll begin to play with balance a little bit. So for balance, it might be helpful to find a spot straight ahead that's not moving, to fix your gaze, to stare at. In yoga, we call this your drishti. This is your focus point. So find that spot in front of you to look. And then begin to put your weight towards your left foot, especially your left big toe. And then bend your right knee. And use your arms to help you with balance. You can come out to the side, maybe hands together helps. And pause. You can stay here or begin to take your knee out towards the side. And again, pause and breathe. Option to stay here or extend your leg. And then bring the sole of your foot into the inside of your standing leg. We're making our way towards tree pose. Maybe you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Or, if you'd like, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Nice, y'all. It's okay if you fall out. Maybe make your way back in for 1 more breath. On your next inhale, bring your knee forward and release your foot down and release your arms down. Notice how you feel. Feel free to walk it out, wiggle it out. And then as you're ready, we'll set up for the other side. So begin to place weight towards your right foot, still finding that gaze, that place to fix your gaze. And then bend your left knee. Finding arm position that works for this side. You can stay here or begin to open towards the side. And then begin to straighten the leg if you'd like. Flex through the heel. And then bring the sole of your foot to the inside of your standing leg. Maybe it feels okay to bring your hands together in front of your heart. or you'd like to extend your arms up. Find what works for you. One more breath. And then inhale your knee in towards the center. Exhale, release your foot down and release your arms down. And pause. Notice how you feel. Check in. As you're ready, we'll begin to set up for chair pose. For chair pose, maybe your big toes are together or it feels more comfortable. You can take your feet out to a wider stance. To begin, inhale, reach your arms forward. And exhale, send your butt and hips back. So you're sitting back like you're sitting in an imaginary chair. And notice what happens to your shoulders. Can you roll them away from your ears? Can you reach through your fingers? One more deep breath. And then inhale, root down through your feet. Start to rise up. And exhale your hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, we'll sit back into chair once again. This time we'll add a little dance to it. Maybe you can bring your right arm back on an exhale. And then inhale, right arm back to center. Exhale your left arm back. And inhale back to center. And maybe you can sink a little bit lower into your chair and bring your right arm back. And inhale back to center. Exhale, left arm back. And inhale back to center. Exhale, sit a little bit lower and hold for one more breath. Again, you're not stuck, so if you need a break, feel free to come out. And then on your next inhale, you'll begin to lift up, reach up, and exhale your arms down. From here, inhale your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale your shoulders back and down. 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, back and down. Last time. All right. We'll begin at the top of your mat. So we have some room to extend back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, coming towards a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale your hands down to the mat and step your right foot back. You have the option to drop your right knee down if you'd like. I'll demo from the right knee down, but you can have it lifted. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale your elbows down, making a goalpost with your arms, chest forward. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, elbows down, chest forward. Inhale, reach up through your fingers. And exhale, bring your right hand down to the inside of your left foot. So this is where that block-like object can come in handy. If you're having trouble reaching the mat, feel free to use the block to bring the mat closer to you. And as you're ready, release your left hand down to the mat. And then start to straighten your left leg and fold over. If your right leg is lifted, it might feel nice to walk your right toes in a little bit to get into this stretch. For one more breath. And then begin to bend back into your left knee. Curl your right toes under if your right knee is down. And then press through your toes and step all the way back up to a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale your hands down, and this time step your left foot back. Again, option to drop your knee. This time I'll demo with my knee up. And then as you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, Elbows down, chest forward. Once more, inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Inhale, reach through your fingers and bring your left hand down to the block-like object or to the mat. Right arm comes up. 2 deep breaths. Once more. And then begin to release your right foot, the right hand to the outside of your right foot, and start to straighten your right leg and fold over. Maybe your chin comes towards your chest for one more deep breath. And then as you're ready, begin to bend back into your right knee. If your left knee is down, curl your left toes under, lift your left leg. And as you're ready, take as many steps as you need to come up to the top into a forward fold. And inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise, come up to standing. And exhale your hands down in front of your heart. Pause here and take a few breaths. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your body temperature. And then as you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale your hands down. Step your right foot back. And this time we'll come right into our high lunge. Inhale to lift. Press back through your right heel. And pause. As you're ready, on an exhale, begin to fold forward slightly, reaching through your fingers, pressing back through your heel. For one more deep breath. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, sink into your hips. Take your gaze in between your hands and start to lean back slightly. One more breath. And inhale, make your way back to center. Exhale your hands down to frame your left foot. And then step your right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale your hands down and step your left foot back. Find your steadiness with your legs as you lift up. And pause. See if you can press back through your left heel. Always option to drop your knee. How can you support yourself? And then as you're ready on your next exhale, begin to come forward, reaching through your fingers. Still pressing back through your left heel. And then inhale, make your way back up to center. And exhale, start to lean back. One more breath. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, your hands down to the mat. And step your left foot to meet the right. Coming to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale your hands down and step your right foot back and then your left. Drop your knees down, bring your elbows in towards your body and start to slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Keeping your hands by your chest, press into your palms, starting with your chin on the mat. Inhale, lift your head and chest slightly. And exhale, lower back down towards the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, press through your palms, lift. And exhale, lower. Last time, inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. As you're ready, press into your palms, lift your way up and back to child's pose. Again, big toes are together, knees can be apart or together. And take a moment to check in with yourself. Hopefully to celebrate yourself and all that you've done so far. You're doing it. You're moving, you're breathing. One more deep breath. And then slowly begin to make your way up to tape. And bring your knees under your hips, wrists below your shoulders. And we'll go through a few rounds of cat-cow. On an inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round your spine and look up towards your belly button. 2 more times. Inhale, drop your belly and look up. Exhale, round. And then as you're ready, bring your knees towards one side and bring your hips down and come over to a seat. On the mat, bring your feet down to the mat and bring your hands to the backs of your thighs. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears and start to lean back slightly. As you're ready, begin to lift one leg and then the other. And maybe this is your boat pose today, or you'd like to release one arm and then the other. And begin to breathe. It's all core strength keeping you lifted. 2 more deep breaths. Take breaks as needed. 1 more breath. And then bring your feet down and pause. How you feel, how you feel. Second time for boat pose. Bring your hands to the backs of your thighs. And lift one leg. And lift the other. You can release one arm and release the other. You can stay holding here, or if you'd like to add, you can bring both hands together on one side and begin to row your boat. And going to the other side, finding your flow, finding what works for you. 2 more breaths, you've got it. And then bring your feet back down. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a hug. Maybe lift your chin and chest. Woo. And as you're ready, begin to bring your arms out to the side. You want to make your way so you're about midway on your mat to make space for us to roll down. And then as you're ready, begin to slowly, gently roll all the way down towards the mat. And once you arrive, extend your legs long and take your arms down by your side and pause. Notice the parts of your body that are connected to the mat. Giving yourself time to acclimate to this new shape. And then as you're ready, and not a moment before, bend your right knee in towards your chest. You can interlace your fingers at your shin or behind your thigh. And it might feel good to roll your ankle in one direction and then the other. And then release your right arm towards the side and use your left hand to guide your right leg towards the left side of your mat. And maybe your gaze can go towards your right. Maybe you can take some deep breaths. And then as you're ready, begin to bring your right knee back towards the ceiling and pause. Bend your left knee. Bring the left sole of your foot to the mat and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can stay here and figure four with your legs down. Or if you'd like, you can lift your left leg and interlace your fingers behind your thigh or at your shin, pulling your left leg in. The hips can be very tricky, physically, from sitting, from walking, from standing, from supporting our daily activities. And spiritually, this is where unprocessed emotions go. This is our own personal junk drawer. And we're working through it with this hip opener stretch. Just a few more breaths. As this feels complete for you, begin to release your left foot back to the mat. And extend your right leg towards the ceiling. You can flex through your heel and pause. Or it might feel nice to interlace your fingers behind your leg and pull your right leg in towards your body. One more breath. And as you're ready, release your arms if your arms run to your leg. Flex through your right heel and slowly, gently lower your right leg towards the mat. And then release your left leg long and pause. Notice how the right side feels compared to the left. The power is in the pause. In our day-to-day life, we spend so much time running from thing to thing, task to task. How often do we take time to rest and reflect? This can be the difference between responding mindfully and reacting impulsively. And our practice can be a reminder of that. So as you're ready, inhale your left knee in towards your chest. And finding a place for your hand. Maybe finding those ankle rolls. And as you're ready, release your left arm to the side. And use your right hand to guide your left leg towards the right side of your mat. Feeling the gentle twist in your spine. One more deep breath. And then begin to lift your left knee up towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And pick your shape, pick your adventure. What works for this side? Each side can be different. Each day can be different. So how can you support what's best for you in this moment? For your body, for your mind, for your spirit. Taking a few more breaths in this hip opener. Notice if this is moving down to your hamstrings or into your glutes. And when this side feels complete for you, you can begin to lower your right foot towards the mat and extend your left leg towards the ceiling. Again, option to interlace your fingers behind your leg and pull in. One more deep breath. And then release your arm. Flex through your left heel and slowly, gently lower your left leg down towards the mat. And once again, extend both legs long. And pause. Notice how you feel. Maybe notice your heartbeat. As you're ready, begin to bend both knees and bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Walking your heels back towards your glutes and bring your palms down by your side. Pressing into your palms and pressing into the soles of your feet. On an inhale, begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling. And pause. Take a few deep breaths, feeling your legs support you as you lift. One more deep breath, y'all. And then pressing into your feet, pressing into your palms, slowly lower your hips down towards the mat. And pause again. We'll lift back up into bridge once again. Whenever you're ready, pressing down through your palms, pressing down through your feet. And this time, maybe you'd like to lift up a little bit higher. You can rock back onto your heels and see what that feels like. Maybe you'd like to come up onto your toes, adding a little ankle stretch. Maybe you'd like to walk your arms underneath your spine, maybe interlace your fingers and press up a little bit more. Again, finding what works for you. And when it feels right for you, begin to bring your hands back out. Bring your feet back down to the mat. And slowly, gently release your hips back down towards the mat. With the knees still bent, take your feet out to the width of the mat and allow your knees to come in towards the center, towards each other, and pause. On your next inhale, begin to bring your knees out to the side so they come right above your ankle. And then begin to take your knees towards the right. And then towards the left, taking your knees gently from side to side, going as fast or as slow as you'd like. The next time your knees come to the right, pause, and perhaps you can take your gaze towards the left. On your next inhale, slowly begin to lift your knees back towards the center, bringing your gaze back towards the ceiling. And begin to take your knees side to side again. The next time your knees come towards the left, pause there and maybe look towards your right. Notice where the stretch shows up in your body. Maybe in your low back. Maybe even into your hips and hamstrings and glutes. On your next inhale, lift your knees back up towards the ceiling. And once again, take your knees gently from side to side. On your next inhale, bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest, interlace your fingers. Maybe gently rock side to side. And then bring your hands to your shin and take your knees a little bit away from your torso and begin to make circles with your knees in one direction. And then the other. The next time your knees come in towards your chest, pause there. You can stay hugging your legs in, or make your way towards happy baby, bending your knees in towards your chest. You can reach for the soles of your feet, your ankles, or your calves, pulling your legs down towards your chest, maybe rocking side to side. And begin to find stillness. And take 2 to 3 more deep breaths. And then as you're ready, slowly, gently release your legs down towards the mat. Take any final movement or stretches that you'd like. As we begin to make our way towards Shavasana, our final resting pose. Traditional Shavasana has your legs long, feet are out to the width of the mat, and your toes can flop off to the side. Arms are down by your side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders released towards the mat, and your gaze is lowered or eyes are closed. If this feels uncomfortable for your body, find a shape that better supports your body today and better supports your rest. Maybe it feels better to have your knees bent. It might feel nice to take the blanket underneath your neck. To begin, we'll take a deep breath in through your nose And then exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. One more time, inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. And then allow your body to come towards stillness. Allow your breath to return to the normal, uncontrolled breathing that we have in our day-to-day life. There's nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to control. Allowing yourself to be in a state of being, a state of rest, a state of awareness. So as thoughts come up during Shavasana, perhaps you can notice them without judgment, without trying to control or fix them. Just notice. And perhaps you can question them. Are they true? Are they necessary? Do they support the type of life you want to live? As you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Breathing all the way down to your belly and exhaling fully. Perhaps you can bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are connected to the mat, to the floor. And begin to bring some gentle movement back to your body, maybe gently moving your fingers and toes. Gradually making your movement ever so bigger. Maybe rolling your wrists, rolling your ankle. Maybe gently taking your head from side to side. As you're ready, reach your arms overhead and point through your toes. Stretch both ends of your body apart. Reach, stretch. And as you're ready, inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a hug. Celebrate yourself. Maybe even tell yourself, I love you. And with eyes still closed, begin to gently make your way to one side of your mat. And take a few deep breaths on your side. Whenever you're ready, with eyes still closed, gently press yourself up to a seat, ending the practice how we began, in a seated position that's comfortable for you. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. And thank yourself again for showing up, for taking time for you. And check in with yourself. How do you feel physically, mentally? And then from me to each of you, thank you so much for sharing your practice here today. With much gratitude, I bow. Thank you.